ask y'all this. What is he worth?
Who? Garoppolo?
No. What is Russell Wilson worth?
Russell in a trade?
Mm-hmm. Because
they're not gonna let him go for less than the first.
Now let me preface this. Let me preface this before you answer. 2-3 days ago, I think it was Tuesday, the Seattle Seahawks came out and they told us what he's worth. He said they're not entertaining anything less than 3 first-round draft picks.
I don't know about 3.
I don't know about 3 either.
I don't know about 3. You step to them with a first in 2 seconds, I think they'll talk.
What's the likely? You don't know about 3. Okay. Here's my thing with draft picks. If we would just be honest, 60% of draft picks, especially at the quarterback position, are absolute busts. What's the likelihood within the next 3 to 5 years you're going to get a Russell Wilson who, if something tragically happened to him today, he has a legit argument of being a first ballot Hall of Famer? 34,000 passing yards, over 4,000 rushing yards, and 267 passing touchdowns. Where you gonna find that in only 9 seasons? He can have 3 first-round draft picks and my current starting quarterback.
Again,
I don't know about 3.
Listen, I try not to be a prisoner of the moment when it comes to stats, right? Because sometimes stats can be a little bit overinflated.
And a Super Bowl.
And what I'm looking at is we talking 9 years, right? He's been in the league 9 years. He's 32. He's already been taking a beating. How many years does he legitimately have to bring my team a Super Bowl if I'm going to mortgage a lot of my future, right? And see, a lot of these guys, I think, missing the point. You want to get traded, but then the team you're going to get traded to got to give up a lot of draft equity. So how do you get better if you trade everything away? Right? You go to another team. You go to another team.
That team.
Yeah, you're gonna go to another team. They ain't got nothing, and your salary gonna strap you, right? So now, what are you gonna do in order? You have to go to a team that's trash, who got plenty of money, and hope that you have the Tom Brady effect, where you can go to a team that's got some money and you can convince guys to come play with you on that team. But at 32 years old, everybody not playing to 44 like Tom Brady. Not at quarterback. And this, like I said, this man has been, you just called out all his numbers. So he been getting beat up. He in his mind he's saying he can play, but
his body is something different.
Think about it. Is Cam done?
Okay. Hold on. I got to cut in.
No, I'm saying, is he done?
Cam is not the same, but Cam is not the same type of quarterback as Russell Wilson. Cam Newton has to run. So the question, is he done? Yes, Cam Newton's done because he got to run.
But what I'm saying is part of the reason why he's done is why?
Because he run too much.
And he was taking a beating everywhere.
He was getting his head kicked in as well.
He was getting annihilated.
He was having to run.
Yes.
But they also do so many design runs for Cam.
They did.
I mean, even the Patriots, I saw him run the ball 5 straight design runs in the Josh McDaniels offense.
But he part of his issue is he's taking too many hits. And so has Russell taken too many hits to be worth 3 first-round draft picks? I might give you 2, and you have to return me a couple of 3 third rounds or something. We got to.
I can see 2 first rounds. I can see a first in maybe 2 seconds, but 3 first round, I can't see that. Now if he was 27,
let me
3 first rounders. Yeah, let's make this deal today.
And where are we talking about that first round draft pick? If somebody had a top 5 pick, should they trade their first round draft pick for Russell Wilson?
How many top 5 picks in the last 5 years are surefire Hall of Famers? I think we're putting too much equity in this draft. I mean, Patrick Mahomes wasn't a top first 5, first 10 draft pick. The quarterbacks that we rate, the quarterbacks that we love to talk about, well, none of them top 5, top 10.
Now, when you ask that question, you say, well, how many top 5 draft picks. Are you talking strictly quarterbacks? Because
Right.
you can name some top 5 draft picks that's going to be
that
monsters.
have correct. Yes, but what I'm saying is, I think Tom Brady, it was proved before this year, but Tom Brady proved this year unequivocally that the most important individual position to lead a franchise is quarterback. And if you're asking me, does Russell Wilson have 3 years left in him based off what we saw? Russell Wilson was on MVP track until he was on MVP track last year. He's been in the MVP discussion almost every year he's played. You're telling me I get Russell Wilson for 3 years? I am grabbing him for whatever, because franchise go 40, 50, and 60 years without ever even getting into the Super Bowl. You give me Russell Wilson, that at least gives me a shot at it.
Yeah, but it gives you a shot at it, but it ain't guaranteed that you're gonna have it.
It depends on the team.
Because you can give up 3 first-round draft picks this year. Game 3, he get hit, he's out of there. At 32, it's gonna take him. That's anybody.
That's the risk. That could be with the draft picks you draft.
Which is why I would not give up 3 first-round draft picks, because you at that point you have handicapped your team for the next 3 to 5 years.
And then it depends on the team, right? If Russell Wilson went to the Panthers this year in a trade, they traded for him, are the Panthers instantly a playoff team?
Heck no, because they can't protect nobody either.
That's what I'm saying. But
the teams he put on his list are way better at protecting quarterbacks than where he is. And I agree with everything Caleb and you guys have said about the risk of him going somewhere and the things that he has to do. But here's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how bad things are in Seattle for this dude.
I get that.
He's willing to take the risk.
Well, I
agree with that.
I think there's some other stuff going on in Seattle as well, because those Twins. I coached those boys in Little League football.
Really?
Well, they're free agents, and one of the one that played the most, he been saying some stuff on Twitter. So it may be something else going on in Seattle that we don't know about, right? But
it may be, and
it's fine, right? I think Russell has. I think he's concerned about his brand. I think he's concerned about
he should be.
What is after football going to look like, how people going to see him. But for me, if I'm him, you got, if they come to you and say, hey, we want to make this move, you have to be wise about where you go to. Right?
I agree.
I wouldn't just. Even in those 4 teams, I don't know that all of those teams are ready right now. So you're talking, some years to maybe get it right. I think New Orleans
Saints are ready right now.
Yeah, the Saints are the most ready team right now.
But Seattle ain't ready. So you know what I'm saying?
Russell will make you ready.
Yeah, Russell on the Saints, they're serious contender. Period. Russell on the Saints.
I think Russell on the Raiders.
Right. To me, that makes the most sense. Let me tell you what the Raiders did. The Raiders coming into this season, they were in the top 5 offensive line. They had been for a while. They dropped off this year because of production and because of some COVID issues on that line. But let me tell you something. They built that team, and they have been building that team the right way. They didn't build that team from the sidelines in. They built that team from the inside out. From the middle of the field to the sidelines. They built that team with the offensive line. If he goes to Oakland, he will have protection. If he goes to Oakland, he will have a decent defense. And the same is true if he goes to Chicago. He won't have as great of an offensive line, but it's a heck of an upgrade from Seattle, and he'll have a stud defense. To me, it is click. Get out of Seattle.
I don't think Derek Carr. I think the Raiders probably maybe. That'd be a little bit crazy. Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback. He's not Russell Wilson.
No, he's not a bad quarterback.
But he's not a bad quarterback.
No.
He go to Chicago. Only thing that he would be missing in Chicago is a beast receiver like DK Metcalf, and a surefire go-to in the ball on the other side. Name escaping me right now. Oh, good Lord.
What in
Seattle, the receiver on the other side, the short joker that catch everything.
Lockett.
Yes, he'll be missing Tyler Lockett. Other than that, like you say, in Chicago. He got a defense, got an offensive line, got an okay running game.
Listen,
you can make it happen with that.
Protection can make a world of. If you give a quarterback as skilled as Russell Wilson 5 seconds in the pocket, he'll win MVP every year, or he'll at least be top 2 in the race every single year. He ain't got 5 seconds in Seattle. You see, he'd be running for his life, but he's so good that he can still wheel his team into playoff contention, still put his name in MVP discussion. I think Seattle's offensive line has done him a huge disservice because we see how good he is. But if he had a legit offensive line, oh my gosh, how good would he have been? I mean, if instead of getting sacked 48 times a year, what if he was only getting sacked 25 times a year? Jeez. I mean, it would be ridiculous what he would be putting up.
So let me ask this question then in that vein. So I heard Marcus Spears say this on yesterday. Should he just come out and just be honest and say you want to be traded? Instead of throwing out subliminals. So you just come out and say, hey, I want out of here.
Yes. He's not confrontational like that, but yes.
Exactly.
That's
but
not it.
Listen, I didn't think Deshaun was either, but he said he won't out.
Deshaun pissed.
See,
they could be putting pressure on him. He could, in his own way, could be putting pressure on the franchise to make certain moves. So I think he's just using his leverage. You know, he's typically, I mean, he's no, I don't think he should do that because GMs don't do that. Now we get into the Draymond issue. I mean, GMs don't do that. It ain't what Russell Wilson is doing is not a problem. Not a problem whatsoever.
No,
he is stating that the front office has disappointed him, and it's not just opinion. Everybody got opinions. They like belly buttons, but we just went through the facts. The facts is they have not protected their most precious and valuable asset.